Hello student, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Anil Kumar from Center for Medical Biotechnology, MD University Rohtak. Today we are going to discuss about a module fermentation technology under the paper Animal Cell Biotechnology. So what are the learning objectives of module fermentation technology? During this module we are going to able to learn about various concepts of fermentation. We will learn about what is the difference between aerobic and anaerobic fermentation. We will learn about what is the difference between solid state and the submerged fermentation. We will learn about what is the bioreactor or fermenter, how the process goes in this fermenter bioreactor. We will learn about what is the design, what are the different components of fermenter or bioreactor, and we will learn about the role of different microorganism, what kind of microorganism we can use for the which type of product production, and we will also learn about different fermented products. So introduction. So what is the fermentation? The fermentation is derived from a Latin word that is a ferere, that means to boil. Now boil, here the boil appearance has been used because when the fermentation takes place, the appearance of the release of carbon dioxide provide a appearance of a boiling nature. So how we can define the fermentation? The fermentation can be defined as the process of conversion of the larger or complex molecule like carbohydrate. For example, we can say glucose, it converted into the simplest molecules like carbon dioxide and ethanol. Now fermentation in biotechnology, the fermentation is a process in which the microorganism is grown in the large quantity for the production of the useful thing. Now what is the basically anaerobic fermentation? Before fermentation, we must know there is a step known as the glycolysis. The glycolysis lead to the production of a product that known the pyruvate. Now pyruvate has two fate. It can undergo the lactic acid fermentation, it can produce the alcohol fermentation. So when it is going the lactic acid fermentation, which is carried by the lactic acid bacteria, it will produce the lactic acid. When it is going under the alcohol fermentation, which is carried by the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, it will produce the alcohol and the carbon dioxide. Range of fermentation process. So fermentation process, in case of fermentation, there are the 5 major group of commercially important fermentation. These group include those produce microbial cell, those produce microbial enzymes, those produce recombinant products, those produce microbial metabolite, and the transformation process. Now coming to the first group, that is producing the microbial cell. The microbial cell, or we can say the microbial biomass, it is being produced for as an animal feed, that is also known as the single cell protein. The microbial enzyme, these are the most important tasks in the fermentation process. We are producing a large number of microbial enzyme like pectinase, cellulase, penicillinase, chitinase we are producing, which are having application in a different type of industries, pulp industries we are having. We are producing the recombinant products. The recombinant, as the word indicating, we are making use of a recombinant DNA technology, in which we are inserting foreign gene into the plasmid and we are getting a desired product. So in the recombinant products, different kind of recombinant products has been produced during the fermentation process, like blood clotting factor, vaccine are being produced, like hepatitis B vaccine is being produced, certain interferon is being produced. Now under the microbial metabolite. So microbial, what is the basically microbial metabolite, where they are produced? They are produced during the growth of microorganism. There are two kind of metabolites, primary and secondary metabolites. They are produced during the growth of microorganism during the fermentation process. The primary metabolite, they are produced during the exponential phase, or we can say log phase. For example, like acid, alcohol, they are being produced during this phase, log, that is known as the log phase or exponential phase. The secondary metabolite, they are being produced during the stationary phase. Example include certain antibiotics, vitamins. The next range of fermentation process is the transformation process. In transformation process, we are converting one of the product into the second one. For example, we can convert alcohol into the acids. So fermentation process. Now how it is process is carried out, it is carried out in 4 steps. First, you have to select the particle strain, then go for the scale up, then downstream processing, and the last one is the product packaging. Now, under strain selection, we can purchase a strain from culture collection. We are having different culture collection: ATCC, CDDA, IAM, and CBI. In India, we are having MTCC, which is located at the Chandigarh. You can also look for the strain from by using the natural environment. You can isolate the microorganism strain from the natural habitat like hills, hot spring. You can use the certain uses water. You can also use the genetic engineering. In genetic engineering, actually what we do, we modify our DNA with the gene of interest. You can also improve the existing strain by using the mutation and the recombination process for the betterment of a product. Now in second step, that is a scale up. In scale up, we use different type of fermenter. Suppose first fermenter we are using, that is a shake flask experiment. It is basically using the lab scale fermenter. Lab scale fermenter which is used for the, which is having capacity of 5 to 10 liter. Pilot scale fermenter which has a capacity of 300 to 3000 liter, and last one is the commercial fermenter which is used by the industries, which has a capacity of more than 10,000 to 50,000 liter. In downstream processes, we are look for those product. We basically remove the impurities from our products, and then we do the packaging of products. Fermenter or bioreactor. The fermenter, basically they are designed to for the fermentation process. Lab fermenter are made up of glass, and the pilot and industrial scale fermenter are made up of stainless steel. The corrosion resistance of stainless steel depend on the existence of a thin hydrous oxide film on the surface of the metal. Increasing the chromium enhances the corrosion resistance. 10 to 13% chromium will develop effective oxide film. In this figure, you can see the construction of particle fermenter bioreactor. There is a different part has been shown like cooling jacket, impeller, baffle, oxygen probe, pH probe. You can visualize the other things. So fermenter component and their function. The first component is motor. Its function is to enable the impeller to spin. Impeller, it ensures regular mixing in the contents. Sparger, it supply the compressed air. Baffles, it prevent the formation of vortex. Inlet air filter, it minimize the organism from the air outside to the inside of the vessels. Exhaust air filter, it minimize any contamination of the air produced inside to outside of the vessel. Rotameter, it measure gas flow rate in the vessel. Pressure gauge, it measure amount of pressure in the vessel. Temperature probe, it measure temperature in the vessel. Cooling jacket, it cool the liquid in the air outlet and resulting in the separation of a foam and other liquid particles. pH probe, it measure any change in pH vessel. Dissolved oxygen probe, it measure amount of dissolved oxygen content in the vessel. Different type of fermenter. The different type of fermenter bioreactor. The first one is showing the continuous stirred tank bioreactor, bubble column bioreactor, and C1 is the internal loop airlift bioreactor, and the last one is the external loop airlift bioreactor. These all type of fermenter, they differ in their airflow. In some cases there is a airflow existing from the bottom. There is a speed, they are differing the speed of the baffles, impellers, and they also differ in their flow rate. A factor affecting fermentation. There are different type of factor like mixing, aeration, temperature, pH, forming, which affect the fermentation process. Now first coming to the mixing. The mixing, what is the basically role of mixing? We are using different component like impeller is there, which is responsible for the mixing of the fermented media and the other content. So mixing dependent on the fermentation dimension, paddle design. It also control the aeration rate. It may cause cell damage. Cell damage is caused by the stress caused by the shears and the speed of the impeller. It also retain the air bubbles. Now what is the benefit of aeration? Aeration basically related to the flow rate and the stir speed. It depends on the temperature. Temperature, it is caused by the metabolic heat which is produced by the microorganism in the fermentation media. It is sometimes caused by the mechanical agitation. As we know, temperature is critical for optimum growth of the certain bacteria and the fungi microorganism. pH, it is important for the culture stability and survival. It has been observed pH tends to increase during the fermentation process. Foaming. Now foaming is caused by the high aeration rates, and sometimes it is caused by the high level of protein and emulsifiers. We can reduce the foaming because it is very important to reduce foaming. We can reduce foaming by using the anti-foaming agents. So there are the certain anti-foaming reagents are available which are silicone based reagents. Fermentation media. A fermentation medium is a basically primary requirement for fermentation to happen. Media must satisfy the certain nutritional requirement of the organism and fulfill the objective of your purpose. Generally, a media what it provides, it should be have carbon source. We can use molasses, malt extract, whey, alkanes, alcohol for it. It should have a nitrogen sources like we can use corn strip liquor, peptone, yeast extract we can use. It should have phosphorus, sulfur, minor and major trace elements. Also it needs certain growth factors and the added vitamins. In fermentation media, it basically containing certain type of buffer. We can use the potassium phosphate, calcium carbonate as a buffer. Now factor affecting the final choice of a raw material. What can be used for the fermentation process? Its cost and availability, ease of handling, transporting, storing, sterilization requirement and denaturation problem, formulation and mixing, and viscosity of characteristic of a substrate, concentration of product produced, rate of formation, yield per gram of a substrate, level and range of impurities which may produce undesirable byproducts, and most important the health and safety consideration. So in fermentation we are using microorganism for conversion of the complex product into the simplest one. So what kind of microorganism we can use in a fermentation process? So in microorganism we can use bacteria, algae, fungi and the actinomycetes. In bacteria we are having Acetobacter species, we have Bacillus species, we have Clostridium species, we have Pseudomonas species. We are using for the production of different kind of fermented food products. Algae, under the algae we can use Spirulina and the Corylus species. In fungi we can use Aspergillus niger, Aspergillus oryzae, and the most common fungi we are using for the wine production, beer production, that is the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Under the actinomycete we can use Streptomyces griseus and the Streptomyces norsai, etc. Culturing of microorganism in a fermenter bioreactor, we apply different type of mode of operation. There are the different type of operation applied, like basis of operation. There are the different type of fermenter we are having: stirred batch fermenter, fed batch fermenter, and the continuous culture fermenter. What is a stirred batch fermenter? It is a closed system where all the nutrients are present at the start of a fermentation with a fixed volume. Where in case of a fed batch fermenter, fresh medium is fed in throughout the fermentation and the volume of batch increases with the time. In continuous culture, fresh medium is fed into the vessel and spent medium and the cell are harvested or moved. There is a fixed volume of cell are removed from the continuous culture. Now what is a spent medium? Spent medium is that medium which is basically having depleted amount of nutrient which has been depleted by the consumption of microorganism. So in all system we are looking for the pH, temperature, aeration and the mixing control. We also look for the foaming also. In batch culture, microbes goes through the number of stages: lag phase, log phase or exponential phase, stationary phase and the death or decline phase. In lag phase there is a minimum number of microorganisms are present. They start consuming, they are basically adapting to the environment in this particular phase. In log phase there is a sudden increase in the number of microorganisms. and they start producing a primary metabolite. Now primary metabolite they are producing, for example, like citric acid, alcohol, carbon dioxide, they are producing amino acid, they are producing. These are the example of primary metabolite. In stationary phase, the growth ceases out and there is a following the common pattern. This phase is famous for the production of the secondary metabolite. Secondary metabolite like penicillin and bacteriocin, they are produced during this particular phase. In the last phase, that is the death and decline phase, because of the depletion of all the nutrient from the medium like growth factor, carbon source, nitrogen source, at the certain point the microorganism death ceases. In this graph you can look for the different phases of the growth of a microorganism. There is a representing the lag phase, B representing the exponential and log phase, C representing the stationary phase, and D representing the death or decline phase. As in lag phase, you can see the things. It is a phase in which the no microorganism growth happen. In exponential phase, there is a sudden increase in the growth of the microorganism. In C is a basically stationary phase in which the growth remains constant. In that phase, the microorganism undergoes the death. This particular figure represents the design of a batch fermenter and fed batch fermenter. This figure shows the design of continuous fermenter. Fermentation types. Two broad fermentation techniques have emerged as a result of rapid development. One is the SSF, that is the solid state fermentation. Second is the submerged fermentation, also known as the SMF. Now at the research level, both solid state as well as submerged fermentation have been used. However, some techniques yielded a better result than others. Solid state fermentation. Solid state fermentation, it can be defined as the fermentation process occurring in the absence or near absence of free water. The solid state fermentation, it is used for the production of enzyme which involve cultivation of microorganism on a solid substrates. We can use grains, rice and wheat bran as a solid substrate. Solid substrate fermentation, it employs natural raw material as a carbon source such as cassava, barley, wheat bran, sugarcane, various oil cakes like palm kernel cake, soybean cake, groundnut oil cake, fruit pulp, sawdust, seeds. Now, what are the factors which is affecting the solid state fermentation? First is the selection of microorganism. Which type of microorganism we are going to select, whether it is a bacteria, fungi, algae. Substrate choice also affect our fermentation product. Process optimization for like pH, temperature, oxygen, product isolation and its purification steps. Now, what is the problem with the SSF? One of the most common problem is the heat generation during the metabolic process which is being carried out by the microorganism. Since the substrate used has a low thermal conductivity, heat removal will be the slow in case of SSF. When the heat generated, it goes beyond certain level which will result in the product denaturation and will affect growth of microbes, ultimately ending up in the reduction in the yield and the quality of the product. The solid state fermentation, which are having certain example like mushroom product, for which we are using substrate, straw and manure, and we are using microorganism Agaricus bisporus. For soya sauce, we are using substrate soya beans and beet, and microorganism is used Aspergillus oryzae. For cheese, we are using substrate milk curd, and the microorganism we are using Penicillium roqueforti. For leaching of the metal, we are using substrate low grade ores, Thiobacillus species as used as a microorganism. Organic acid can be produced using this fermentation, for which we are using substrate cane sugar molasses, and the microorganism is used, that is the Aspergillus niger. Now, second type of fermentation, that is a submerged fermentation. In submerged fermentation, the process is opposite to the substrate solid state submerged fermentation. The substrate used for the fermentation is always in the liquid state which contain the nutrient needed for the growth. The fermenter which contain the substrate is operated continuously and the product biomass is continuously harvested from the fermenter by using different techniques. Then the product is filtered or centrifuged and then dried. The submerged fermentation is a method of manufacturing biomolecules in which enzyme and other reactive compounds are submerged in a liquid such as alcohol, oil or nutrient broth. The process basically used for industrial purpose, mostly in the formation of certain enzymes. Now what are the basically difference between solid state and the submerged fermentation? As in case of solid state fermentation, we are using the solid substrate like bran, bagasse and the paper pulp we can use. In submerged fermentation, we utilize free flowing liquid substrate such as the molasses and broth. In case of solid state fermentation, which is a very slow process, liquid submerged fermentation is a fast process. Solid state fermentation it is best suited for the fungi that require less moisture content, and the submerged fermentation it is suited for the bacteria that require higher moisture content. Culture system involves three phases: solid, liquid, gases in case of solid state fermentation. In case of submerged fermentation, there are only two phases, that is a liquid and gas phase. Inoculation ratio is always higher in case of solid state fermentation, while in case of SMF, inoculation ratio is usually small. In this particular figure, you can see the fermentation product which is being produced using the fermentation process and the organism which are involved in the production of these products. Like for bakery and beer, wine, we are using Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It is a kind of a fungi. For yogurt, kefir and probiotics, we are using lactic acid bacteria. For soya sauce, we are using Aspergillus oryzae. For tapai, we are using Hensula. Acetic acid is produced by the Acetobacter aceti. Citric acid is produced by the Aspergillus niger. So in this slide, we are summarizing our lecture. So first of all, we have discussed about the fermentation process. So what is the fermentation? Fermentation is a process in which we are converting the complex molecule like glucose into the simpler molecule like CO2 and the ethanol. Now fermentation process can be a aerobic or it can be a anaerobic. Anaerobic fermentation is further of two types, starting from the glycolysis, which producing the product like pyruvic acid, which is further have two fate in which the lactic acid bacteria is producing the lactic acid, and the other process is carried out by the Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is producing the alcohol. After this, we have discussed about the fermenter and bioreactor, its design, what are the component of reactor, what are the process basically affecting like mixing, aeration, and we have discussed about the temperature, how it is affecting pH, how it is affecting the fermentation process. Then we have discussed about different type of mode we can apply on the fermentation process. We have discussed about the batch mode, fed batch and the continuous culture mode. In batch mode, initially we are having all the nutrients present in the culture medium. It is a fixed volume of culture. In second type of culture, that is a fed batch, in which we are continuously feeding the medium from the outside, and in this type of culture volume of medium goes on increasing. And the third type of culture we have discussed, that is continuous culture. In continuous culture, we are feeding the medium from the outside and simultaneously we are extracting out the or harvesting media and culture from the microbial culture from the medium. So in this case we are volume is a fixed. Then we have discussed about different type of fermentation like solid state fermentation and the submerged fermentation. In solid state fermentation, we have discussed what is the solid state fermentation. The fermentation in which we are using the solid as a substrate. We can in this type of fermentation, which is basically used for the production of enzyme. In this case of fermentation, we are using the molasses and the bran and the whey as a substrate, and we are using the many type of carbon sources we are using in this case. In liquid submerged fermentation or liquid fermentation, we are using the liquid as a substrate. It is used for the production of acid. So in fermentation process, we have also discussed the what is the basic range of fermentation process. So fermentation process can be used for the production of enzyme, metabolite, recombinant protein, and we can also use the transformation process. Thank you.